bits of big news that's come out of our football club in the middle of a transfer window. It's hardly screaming positivity. Misty said, hope you're good, Craig. Looking well, mate. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. Monster Madness said, Ben Doak has a buyback clause for around 30 to 40 million. Is already used to Iriola. Archie Gray 50 to 60. Still release clause 40. I don't think Ben Doak Gannon is good enough to go back to Liverpool. If I'm being honest with you, I don't. But I'm just getting a little bit concerned with the window because I'm actually buzzing with Iriola. As I've said on a few times, I'm really excited to see Andoni get to work with the lads. And I've no doubt we will blood some youngsters through, and that's cool as well. Like, we all want to see young players come through, but again, that shouldn't be the solution. That should be the bonus. Michael Dunstan said we need to get signings over the line. Somebody needs to take charge and get this sorted out straight away. The manager, the best chance, give the manager the best chance he needs and get contracts sorted. So, speaking to people today, I certainly do get the impression that there was some clashing of heads behind the scenes. And it almost feels like we've got too many people involved in transfers, if that makes any sense. Like, from what I can gather, the old-fashioned scouts are feeling a little bit undermined by the data-driven side of things. Not that they can't go hand in hand, or not that they're not open to it. Behind the scenes at the club. After that, you know, we just have to wait and see and hope for the best, but that's what I'm hearing. Raekwon said, Craig, happy you're live about this. Well,
this
it tells
looks
you
like it might be good for
because
something.
you know us, we stream at night all the time, but when this came out, myself and Connor jumped on the phone and I said, and Connor said, I think you should go live
Kill you again!
Situation that can't really be talked about in a video. We need to go live and discuss it. Anyway, to get back to your comments there. Craig, happy you're live about this. There are so many questions now and FSG are dodging them all. Meanwhile, Iriola's first press conference is on Monday and he'll be asked about Edwards and Hughes to him and us. That's a really good point, mate, and thank you for making it, because it probably would have escaped my attention to bring it up. It is, you're right. Iriola's first presser on Monday. We're almost here from Monday. These are going to be the questions now. Unless, of course, the unreliable happens and they're told they can't ask questions about that, but we'll have to wait and see.
Welcome aboard. Please secure all.
Shano.
You and me shoot us some lunch.
Our owners show zero footballing vision. The majority of United fans, including myself, want to keep Old Trafford and renovate it and expand it and demolish it for a new service.
No,
trying to say there, and of course you're a United fan, you certainly know your club better than I do. What I was trying to say was, when it comes time to making the statements, they're at least willing to go big, and they're at least willing to dream big. Like Old Trafford. When Old Trafford was first done, Shane, I'm old enough to remember thinking, holy shit, look at that. That's a statement. That's the end of football clubs in England. So of course I always understand that some people will want to stay.
God, Donkey gets
spiritual. Others don't mind moving away, but you know, I just think every time FSG are asked a question, the answer is usually the cheaper one. Al Osman, excuse me, or AI Osman, said, Bert, Isak, they will lead us. Imagine they left without getting us those stuff. Oh look, they're brilliant signings. There's absolutely no issue with that. I agree with you. And your next one, you said,
looks
Craig,
pretty safe.
Like they let them walk. Trent wanted to leave and Canadian was going to get 300k per week. So, they did let them walk, right? Like, you're saying I'm acting like they let them walk. They did let them walk. Right, let me take you on. Just about pronouncing the players didn't know this, obviously. Liverpool admitted, don't have to take my word for it, that they could have got Trent. But they didn't want to. Thinking the clock was going to be on board. So that was possible.
I have no medium of exchange for goods or services.
And they did let him sign a 4-year contract, which should have been a warning sign. When he signed that last contract that he only wanted 4 years and turned down 5. So respectfully, I know a lot about what I'm talking about. Yeah! And they did let him go. So Canade, let's use him as an example. He was going to get 300k a week. And I've never once complained about them letting Canade
cannot believe this is the best route to where we are going.
You can't let Canade go and not replace him. And what did I read yesterday? That we're expecting Joe Gomez to be the partner for Virgil van Dijk at the start of the
Okay,
season.
I bite. What
Right
gives?
off with that. Joe Gomez cannot be relied upon. Has 1 year to go. And you're already giving himself to the window.
Shoot those roamers!
Yeah, a centre back who we needed one last year. There's Andy Robertson for free. Mohamed Salah's contract was free.
Okay, now you're just making me hungry. Man, I'm working up an
I
appetite.
agree with you. You can't just not replace him. You know, how many players have we not replaced? Matip not replaced. Fabinho not replaced. Galvin not replaced. Robertson not replaced. Trent, have you not replaced? I don't think they're wrong about that, mate. I think that they are letting them walk out
Definitely back, so.
and they're not replacing them. He's shit. He's shit. Like, I'm sick of hearing about this. So this isn't anything you do. He's shit. Look at his stats. He's 2 goals or something in a year in the second division of Spain or France. He's nowhere near good enough to come into Liverpool Football Club. I mean, is that where we're at now? Scratching around in the second division in Spain or France to replace Mohamed Salah. He's got nothing. He's dirt. It's just ridiculous. No goals last season in Champions League. It's crazy. Like, we can't be lured into this match of the day bollocks where some lad has a good game in the World Cup and that's the solution. You know, Liverpool have been tracking players, some of them, for 5, 6, 7 years. And also yesterday, I want to read you out something. Those who are long-term viewers of the channel will remember that I said to you guys, I don't know how many years ago, but it was quite a few years ago, I said to you guys that Jurgen Klopp and FSG put the Mbappe family on a private jet around part of France to try and convince them to sign. And a few people told me I was talking about the arse again and that on Wall Street. So here's an interview from Jurgen Klopp on Magenta TV about when he tried to sign Kylian Mbappe to Liverpool. Klopp, the most expensive non-transfer Liverpool ever invested in, flew from Blackpool to Nice in Nice. The entire Mbappe family boarded the private jet with 5 rooms or something. The plane that week, Jurgen said yes, we really went all out. They flew around with Europe.
Oh, why did I fire off all my
The
bullets?
interviewer then said in the plane, Klopp said yes. Then said, wait, you didn't want to be seen. Klopp said, we couldn't be seen. Then he said, you couldn't be seen. Then he said, they boarded the Klopp said, two in a circle, past it. And then he went to PSG. So that was another one that I told you guys years ago happened. But of course, the people that love to just pretend that I don't know anything about kids, they just
The
come out and
global
tell me
banking
full of shit.
conspiracy can buy themselves all the zombies they want.
It's a bit of a mad one,
How
isn't it?
fair is
Imagine
that?
had it happened, that would have been incredible. Yeah, it didn't happen unfortunately, but right, let's keep going. There's some more news to go through today, by the way, that's nothing to do with this situation. We'll get to it in a second. Sorry, I just want to fly through a couple
No,
of
it's just
comments.
us two.
Tiger Valley. I'm huge on FB history. I'm gladly not attend games if it makes me keep out of it personally. Never been a fan of clubs tearing down their historic home. So, I think too many people are jumping on what I said as a specific. It was an example, and I understand entirely why a lot of people want to stay in Anfield. No problem with any of that. But what I'm saying is, when it comes time to make these decisions, it's never an accident that the option they always go for tends to be the cheaper of all the available options. But look, as I said, all good. Anfield's amazing, and again, can't find that history, so I totally understand where you're coming from. I gotta read this out just because it shows you how thick some of these fuckers are. You want big signings for video views and revenue, but which one is it, you fucking idiot? Do I want to be sensationalist or do I want big signings? Because one minute I only want to be negative, and then the next minute I want one big signing for revenue in the video. I'll let you in on a little secret. I don't want to be signing for revenue already. I'll get the people either way. I'm quite confident in my own ability. So, again, this is YouTube. You understand how YouTube works. Put out videos to get views. That's the game, man. So of course I want signings. Of course I want views. Of course I want people to come in and interact with our videos. That's kind of how this works. And do you want me to explain to you the ABCs of content? What the fuck do you want me to do with that, mate? You know, 1 minute it's when things are negative, YouTubers make more money. When things aren't going well, YouTubers make more money. Now it's I want big signings to make more money. Make your mind up. Which one is it? Because I promise you, I am far happier as a human being in Liverpool. I promise you, I am. Win? Surely that's not how it is. Liverpool fan wants Liverpool to do well.
I wonder, this thing might...
That's what we're in this.
Can't carry everything
Hey,
all
Craig,
at
just
once.
feel sorry for Ariola. Sad day, said Tony. It's hard to know like how Ariola will read this. Like I've said to you before, he does tend to just focus on the coaching side of things. And I'm still confident he'll see over the confident we get that done. Not from here, Grapple said, let's play Rager. Hopefully we'll enjoy this game. Can I just clear something up on that? I could make twice as much money tomorrow if I wanted to. If I wanted to, I could make this and make twice as much money like that. But I make conscious decisions in favour of better content, more interactivity and things because I care about our community. But of course you gotta keep the lights on. Make no mistake, if I wanted to play the money game, I could milk this channel for a lot more money than it does get. I could bring on a lot more sponsors, but I don't do it because I don't think it's the right fit. I don't think it's the right message.
Thank you for choosing
So,
Consolidated
take the
Corporation.
all I've ever shown on here over the years is that I care about our community, that I really do want to interact with people and have a bit of fun. I'm not going to apologise for getting
Getting low on
you know, I'm proud of that, and I should never have to apologise.
first, ask for ammo later.
Excuse me.
Bring him up! Your lunch meat!
Have a bunch of life. Right.
Except that chat's not here.
Max ammo.
Three signings is definitely something, David, that I did wonder when Liverpool looked to utilise that a little bit more in this market. I mean, I've never
Farewell.
gone through a list.
I hope you enjoy
Here,
your trip.
definitely
May
here.
I suggest you run
Now I know he's giving his words as well.
interfering with law.
Transfers like Leeds has just brought in Harry Wilson as an example. Now, again, I'm not sure whether Harry Wilson would have been good enough for Liverpool. No. Yeah, certainly. Fill out some squad places. There are some people out there that you
I hope you enjoyed your trip. May I suggest
Don't expect any special favors if you get my card.
You've given him safe things back. No, it's a family story and it goes back to a visit to a theme park where my autistic son was getting a bit stressed out and the character was playing Elmo in the theme park.
welcome
Now we see if my engineering prowess is prodigious or merely adequate.
So we went through the whole of the season having to pray that Kanane and Bruno would take it. Thankfully they did. You want to create that game that is the best in macro. In fact, I want somebody in there that can really be a I want somebody in here who has a little bit of leadership that isn't either with near the vein. That's what we need. So again, if you want to be Johnny Optimism, that's fine. Let's look back at years gone by and these mistakes that they've made. They haven't corrected them and it's cost us. Brooke said, maybe I'm wrong, but I think we could have got the inside goal. So I think you are wrong and I'm not trying to explain why because I'm just there was never enough that was part of the problem. Like, you know, I didn't even read
I'm dying! I just slipped in the blood of the millions of gut gobblers that I killed! Let it be known.
Counter bullets, counter targets.
Said, why do we have so many so-called supporters who think their success is a dirty word? They should go support Marine FC or their level. Sometimes I do struggle with that myself, like, because I've always said I'm a simple.
You want some lunch?
I'm gonna call it. Well, there's view football in a completely different way. Like, I know a lot of people do.
And I shall return the favor. At some point, probably.
Things are fine.
You rock gobblers are always looking for a handout.
Go about the day and, you know,
Carpenter!
Fantastic implementation of carpentry skills.
I don't know.
Ah, I did it!
Because it's got me through some really tough parts of my life when I didn't really have a you know, this was a big part of who I am. So for me, our club doing well is kind of inadvertently or states to me happiness. So when I see things that I know are basic errors and that I know they should know better, I feel like I need to raise my voice. I don't like to judge other people. You know, everyone's got other people. That's why I say we can all disagree, we do respectfully. The only thing I won't put up with is smart arts. See, I don't know if that comment on Sean's is because it was a multiple times comment or something. John just said that I'm a bit and respectfully, I don't think I am, mate, but I respect your opinion as well. Like, all I can ever give you is my opinion. We can have a chat about it, we can try and figure out if maybe I am being a bit harsh and maybe you're being a bit naive or whatever. Take it here or not. But at least I've been consistent. Over the years, I've always tried to hold the owners to account as much as I can in this role. And I've praised them, and I'm not against praising them. Many times I've come on here and said that FSG have done something really, really well. And they have. And of course they've stabilized. And of course they've brought something.
This device will prove my mental superiority once and for all.
No argument about any of that.
No, there's a credit on it.
And there's some really and it can't be an accident that many stadiums that are owned by FSG call them cheap. That cannot be.
Woe is me! Slain on the most plebeian of transportation by a wretched group of reanimated husks!
And I don't know enough about baseball to talk about it, but I certainly know enough about football to talk about the cheap.
Thank you for reminding me. Now please stop like that.
We have the ability to do it. It's a conscious decision not to do that. Mr. Acentino, and sorry, before I read this comment out, just to go back to an analogy that I like to give. So let's say you or I were, we inherited a couple of million quid. So you and I inherited $1 million quid, and we thought, right, what are we going to do with this $1 million? We're going to try and make some money. We're going to try and make that money work for us. So what do? We go to the estate agent. We say to the estate agent, this area own a house in. You know, where's prime real estate in this city? So they say, right, go over to
Double points.
Abbey Walk. So we go to Abbey Walk. That's the best estate around anything. You know, lovely gaps here, plenty of space. Kids out playing in the field, everything looks rosy. So what do? You go and you buy the worst house in the best area. And you target it, you put on an extension, you do up the garden, you know, clean up the inside of it, paint the front of it, you flip it, you sell it. You don't then stand in the middle of that estate asking people to come blow smoke with your arse and tell you how great you are for doing the obvious. That's exactly what I've done. They've come in, the obvious. They've come in, done what people do, and yes, some of that deserves credit. They've made mistakes. And I think they should be called out on those mistakes. Where are they now? Again, missing action. You know, do you think it's right that John W. Henry
I brought a spoon to a gunfight.
that to me is crazy. That Andy Robertson
I do not have enough soap to clean off this much germ-filled
Good.
that's not right.
I need more ammo. And cheese! I need ammo and cheese!
Gareth, you don't know what clout is. He said, Craig, you crying baby, you want signing for clout. You know what clout is, Gareth? I don't get clout from signing. You need to go down and make sure
Max ammo.
Mike said,
I'd rather be judged by 12 than eaten by 6!
You know nothing about me.
Anyway, get back to your comments, Grace and Dino.
Hey, get back! Or I'll kill you again!
Back.
Let me just ask you this question. You can help practically accept it. You think those prices are going to get better next year? You agree that the prices are going this way. So the business that we bought, let's say a year ago, you visit that now. Nearly an average cost of all only probably well, he was sold for 35, 40 million. And now we're 30 off the so sitting on our hands and waiting, I don't think it's going to make the situation better. That's just my take on it. Like I said, if you want to hang on and wait a bit longer, you're problems there. I just think that's not going to make any. The problems aren't going to go away, and they're going to keep it. It's a practical situation. So we're kicking the can down the road. Let's say we keep on going.
Question! What makes the grass grow? Answer: zombie blood!
Up and down.
Touch the infinite.
Double points.
Samuel sends you the bill!
I have sympathy for Newcastle fans. That's genuinely, you know, I know I had a few run-ins with that would be exact same situation, but, you know, it must be difficult. Like, whenever any of the thoughts of Newcastle fans, Anthony Gordon, you know, never met almost happy, Holmes, running a bar restaurant.
Welcome aboard. Please have a seat. Thank you for choosing
The bus is clear.
Operation Bus Line. We know it's a big decision for your ride with, and we are privileged to have been chosen.
That's what it feels like. Yeah, a lot of people think maybe that's their thing.
Attention passengers. Next bus stop is St. Island of Hawaii.
I'm starting to think movies like
Bumpiest ride ever. Getting a little too close to click, click, click.
And again, as more folks get close to the end of the window, you know how this works. The later you get in the window, more desperate flying becomes to be more we have to replace this guy. We don't have time to replace this guy now, so we want to preview.
Figured the bus nuts would have swarmed on this bus.
Harley, I'm sorry. Now, that's great. I think some people just want to make things difficult for you ahead of frustration. Don't worry about it, mate. Great something. Oh, I get it. I thoroughly do.
Hey, let's you and me shoot us some lunch.
My eyelash are the pain.
I was 6 times that fucking shit. I ain't
Absolutely.
afraid of
I am extremely
Insta-kill.
Hey, take this, dirtbag!
Just stare to my rear. Never again, Shucks.
Out of bullets! Hello? Who's responsible for that?
Fuck.
My passion project for me, I love doing this. I'm so grateful for the social actually
Double points.
But I don't understand it, because I think I'm a good dude, and I think I'll help anybody if I can. So sometimes I do wonder what the fuck I'm doing to get this crap. But then I remember sometimes I don't know how people see me, so I don't know if people can be on some type of the phone that makes me look like a dickhead because in that moment maybe so I have to be mindful of that as well. Sometimes people come in and go, I came in here to troll you, but you actually seem alright. And that means a lot to me, that people actually give it a go. That's all I've ever asked of people. Watch a stream, try and make it.
Stuhlinger! It's your lucky day! You get to watch me use a nut!
John,
Oh!
it's a bad day for me. The lack of action. P.S. Sorry, I haven't been done.
It is unsafe to distract the driver on public operation.
It's been a nice distraction. Certainly with the lack of transfer activity anyway, John. It's hard to know really what the impact of this is.
Consolidated Coach Corporation Hotline invites you to upgrade to first class.
Oh, this hammering is working my arms something fierce!
We are privileged to have been chosen.
What became clear in the process, and it's been written about extensively, is the reasoning for FSG wasn't really the same. The reason that maybe we as fans initially thought, so what we thought were certainly sorry, what I thought when they wanted to have a pathway for players, to maybe build up the profile a bit more, get minutes of the season.
These new streets on the back are
What it became clear in the process was that the reason they didn't want to go ahead was for lack of return on investment.
Maybe I'll stay away from that storm.
Because that again shows exactly what they were doing. They weren't in it for a list of things to pull out brands, give Liverpool the pathway, and that can be part of the process, but the point of that alone was they were given some credible options. So again, you got to ask, why that? And also, what about all that
I can't see 3 feet in front of my face!
Ah, the Soviet RPG light machine gun.
I don't want to die
What the
face
fuck?
down in someone's spit.
That said, Real Madrid could turn their attention to Alexis McAllister if they decide to raise funds for a new midfielder through the sale of a major player. The Liverpool midfielder is currently viewed as the club's preferred option. Disrespected in the middle of the pitch, Madrid would be able to complete a significant sale before moving forward with any potential deal.
Max ammo!
Because let's be honest, maybe 6 months ago, I think we all would have thought if Macca does leave, Madrid is probably the area we'd most likely see him go to. Now, I didn't know. So it'll be interesting to see what does happen with Macca over the next while, because I think what we'll all agree on.
Hello. Hello, Free. Hello. Little cuter.
Work to do in this window, which is already a window I think we're a little bit behind the curve on. Will this pave the way for Edwards to stay now? You mean Hughes? I'm getting confused at it. Do you mean for Hughes to stay? Because Edwards is gone. Now, from what I can understand anyway, Hughes is as good as gone to Al Hilal. That's certainly in the conversations that I've been having behind the scenes with people. That looks like the direction of travel for this one. Rook said, progression in the past doesn't warrant complacency in the present. I'm tired of saying we just needed A from this window and we would be sorted. I think I agree with you on that, mate. I'm certainly tired of that as well. Yeah, we're always 80% of the way there, but we never seem to get the job over the line. Now, this summer the plan was to build out the squad. Yes, kill a few, sort of few key areas that we need to sort in. But it feels like the Diamande thing has really put a spanner in the works, because I don't see any plan B options, or at least any coming to fruition quickly. Right now, you know, you've probably all seen some version of Will Rio shift to the right, and the reason you're probably seeing that is because they're thinking, well, if we got Barcola in there for the left, you've got him and Cody on the left, you could have Rio and Victor Munoz on the right or something, but that's because they failed elsewhere, and we have to admit that. That's why this is going in that direction, because they told us they did. They let Mohamed Salah go. They prepared his contract, or his contract, I'm sorry, and allowed him to leave for free. Knowing, and everybody wrote about it, that this window had to get it resolved. And here we are. Still no resolution. Was Edwards still involved within FSG, or was he just there to get from the club? No, he was still involved. Richard Hughes is the sporting director, and Richard Hughes will be over the transfer window and stuff like that. It's not, look, grand scheme of things, it's probably not the worst thing in the world that he goes. It's not going to make or break the club, but again, you have to look and say it's part of something else. So Hughes is on the way out as well. So where's the forward planning for this situation? Where was the forward planning to replace Mo? Where's the forward planning to replace Virgil? Allison? You know, there's lots of things that I just think, for people who are supposed to be strategic thinkers, where's the plan? Adam said, I'm worried if we get Barcola. I know his pace, but his accuracy is shocking. I think, to be fair, and to try and, you know, have a balanced conversation on it, there is a real lack of wide at the minute. And in years gone by, I think I probably do agree with what David Lynch said, that this may have been a window that Liverpool would have sat out in that regard, because they probably looked around and thought the solution isn't here. But what makes it really unpalatable at the minute is they've had so long to plan for this, and they've, as I've said this phrase a few times, it feels like they've painted themselves into a corner now, and they can't find a way out, because the Barcola deal is potentially possible, but even not a guarantee, and it still isn't the right side of the mix. So, yeah, it makes the window a bit more pressurised now, between now and the end of it, because if we're on a one in, one out basis, well, there's probably 8 deals there minimum, 4 in, 4 out perhaps, a couple of squad filler deals. You know, can all these deals, 10, 12 deals get done over the next 6 weeks? I'd be highly dubious it could. Bigger market is. It's a confusing one, alright. I don't know. I just hope at the end of it we get the players we want. Because I just want Iriola to have the best chance to go out there and do something. Because I'm really excited to see Andoni Iriola come in, and I'm looking forward to the brand of football. But I've already seen a lot of conversations leak towards, well, young players are going to be the solution. Young players can fill the gap. I don't know, that's a big ask, because look around our squad right now. We've lost a lot of senior pros, a lot of leaders, a lot of experience, and we have to add some of that back in as well. You have to have the mix between the players who are on the up and up, the young exciting players, and the players at the end of their careers. You've got to have that middle group as well. And if you let Canade go, that's an experienced centre back. He's there, done it all, international level, club level. Then you've let him walk. You can't just not replace him, and you can't just not replace that experience or hope that a 20-year-old or a 19-year-old can come in and fill that gap, because they just don't have the experience, even if they do have the talent. And then our captain is going in a year as well. There's just a huge drain of leadership that has gone.
Double points.
Crazy question. What if Edwards goes to Saudi with the same promise and the first club that they want to buy is Liverpool? Wonder how we would react. Look, I can only give you my take as always, my man. I don't like
Insta-kill.
ownership of football clubs. I think it's a race to the bottom at that point. Yeah. Hope all is well, brother. Off-topic question. Would love your view. Rank Pele, Maradona, Messi, and R9, and Ronaldinho, pure ability. I can't really talk about Pele because I never got to see Pele play. I got to see everybody else on your list play. And for me, I can never separate Maradona and Messi in my head. I battle back and forth. I love them both dearly. They're my two favourite players of all time. So I can't separate them. R9 was brilliant, but unfortunately, you know, the injuries caught up with him. But my God, what a player! You know, Ronaldo signed Ronaldo R9 shirt just across the wall there for me. And Ronaldinho, another one, have actually, yeah, right beside Ronaldo is the Ronaldinho shirt. Incredible, absolutely incredible. I don't know about ranking them though. Just as I said, Pele didn't get to see, only really seen clips of highlights, videos. But on ability, I think Maradona and Ronaldinho probably stand out to me on technical ability above the others. You know, what the two of them do to football and the way they could manipulate football was ridiculous. Messi then had the dribbling ability of a Maradona. You know, he was up there on that level. But they are all people that have made the beautiful game a bit more beautiful. And they're all people that have only left a positive legacy on the sport. And it's been a pleasure to be able to see some of them play. And, you know, it's guys like Maradona, Messi, Ronaldo, Pele, Ronaldinho that get the next generation of football fans involved and get them excited. So, let's get to that Barcelona story earlier on. Paris Saint-Germain are becoming increasingly open to offers for several of their attacking players. Transfer News Live posts it saying Bradley Barcola is among the forwards who could attract interest this summer. Barcelona are targeting the French winger as they look to strengthen their attacking options. Then there was a report from Italy from Tuno Mercato that said AC Milan are working on an ambitious but very difficult, not possible move for Virgil van Dijk. The biggest obstacle is his salary, and Liverpool are reportedly ready to sit down and negotiate. The fuck we are! I don't know where they got that from, but in what world do they think that Liverpool at this moment are going to sit down and start negotiating Virgil van Dijk's sale this summer? Like, whoever wrote that needs to put out the crack up, because that's absolutely nonsense. Yeah, Liverpool, who want to win the Champions League and the Premier League, are going to go into this. The builders over 8,000 products for hire, under 5 years old, and delivered in under 3 hours. That must be Bradford. I look forward to your 2 million quid offer, and then an excuse about why you don't want to pay more, much like the Curtis Jones situation. But on this one, there isn't a number. They're not going to get Van Dijk this summer. It isn't going to happen. They want to get him on a free transfer for the season after. Potentially, yes, because Virgil's contract is running down. But Liverpool selling him this summer, it's not happening. So, this one from Paul Joyce, who said, the one constant throughout all the incomings and outgoings and returns has been Mike Gordon. His low-key analytical demeanour.
Bye-bye.
Analytical demeanour. It's like 1-0, spinning his eyes as he's walking along. It's like fucking, like that gif of your man from between the ferns. Like, does he see shit in front of him? Like, how do you have an analytical
Double
demeanour?
points.
low-key analytical demeanor and rational thinking is used internally as having right. Oh well, at least as long as we have a rational thinker involved, well that's fucking tickety bit. It's all good, lads. We've got a rational thinker here with an analytical demeanor, so you know the data.
Insta-kill.
Always trust the data. The data has to put a full rock in all of this. Hell, analytical demeanor. That's a new one for me. So, the other day, Ian Doyle had said on in a post or on a podcast or something that he said Liverpool already have one new winger in Munoz, so it seems unlikely they'll add another two. And then somebody tagged Ian Doyle and said, can you confirm that this is the full quote or are they being selective for engagement? And Ian Doyle responded to say, that's right. I don't think Liverpool signed 3 wingers this summer. I've said 2 wingers and another versatile forward. So, that gives me some hope. That if Ian Doyle thinks we need to bring in, or we may bring in, 2 wingers and a multifaceted forward. That's interesting. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens there, because I wouldn't disagree that that's what we need. I think, you know, he's probably got that right before Liverpool needed this one. Again,
Bye-bye.
Talking before about Joe Gomez, and somebody said about Atletico Madrid and what's happened with that move. I didn't really know, but today Transfer News Live posted to say Atletico Madrid have pulled out of a deal to sign Joe Gomez. The move collapsed after Bernardo Silva joined Real Madrid instead of Atletico. Both players are represented by George Mendes, obviously the Portuguese super agent. So perhaps that's an option maybe for Liverpool. Certainly a player that we have shown interest in the past, a player who knows what the Premier League's about. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one and see if anything more about that.
Double points.
Mundo Deportivo and Sport Witness have said Liverpool and Manchester City could battle it out on Real Madrid. Real Madrid and Eduardo Camavinga. Lads, I swear every day I get up and I look at the transfer news, there's a new midfielder linked to Manchester United. Like, without exaggerating, they must have been linked to 15 midfielders over the last month. Even though, you know, they're getting some deals done. Still don't know what's happening with their move for Ederson. I've seen reports today that, again, that's kind of up in the air whether it's going to happen or not. So this piece here said that Liverpool and Manchester City could do battle. Madrid's name has been, or Manchester City's name has been mentioned along with Manchester United's name in another report. Los Blancos will listen to offers of Camavinga. Mourinho doesn't consider the midfielder to be part of his core plans at Real Madrid next season. The player is aware of this, but is still not keen on leaving. You ever notice that about stories of players in Madrid? It'll always be like, Madrid don't want this player, but this player doesn't want to leave Madrid. This player doesn't. Even when they're like, screaming like they're not playing, they have to pretend that they're Madrid. That, you know, they're leaving Madrid and they're in the back of the car like this at the window going, no, God, got me. Are considering putting in a bid to host the next Club World Cup. I'd love to see that. Sincerely, as a football fan, I'd love to see Mexico host the next Club World Cup. Mexican football fans are awesome, and some of the stadiums that they've used for the World Cup and stuff in Mexico have been absolutely incredible. So I'd certainly be more than interested to see Mexico hosting the next Club World Cup. I think that'll be fun. So, this here as well, FIFA President Gianni Infantino is once again under pressure. 72 investigation to be launched following Florian Balogun scandal. That's reported by the Daily Express. Manchester United and Newcastle I wouldn't be against Liverpool. Obviously, you can play on both sides. You know that well.
Bye-bye.
Premier League group. Wouldn't say no myself to that as an option if it was possible.
Max ammo.
Beck Palmer said Mexico just gets it from an American. Look, mate, I'm not trying to run down America. These stadiums and the infrastructure in America is phenomenal as well.